925thebeat.com.
92.5 The Beat of Salt Lake is Drerawka. It's another Tuesday night, that 9 p.m. hour, which means it's time for the Rawk The Mic segment, a segment where we get to learn about our local musicians. And today, I got a very special guest up here. She's been killing it around the scene. I've been seeing her moving a lot faster, growing a lot more since the last time I talked to you. Lady Infinity's in the building.
Thank you.
How's your day going?
It's going really good.
Yeah, what's good about it?
Yeah, it's a beautiful day outside. It looks really nice.
What's a beautiful day to you?
I mean, honestly, my favorite days are probably like rainy days where I can drink hot cocoa and paint in my house all day.
See, that's where I'm at.
I like that.
I want fall days. I want rain.
Yeah.
I want depression.
Look, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
She says I'm ready for it. She pointed at herself. She's wearing a tube top, a bikini or something.
No, I got a two-piece and a comfy big fur hat.
Yeah, she got her LL Cool J hat.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
I'm ready for fall.
So number one question I have for you is, does Lady Infinity hate men?
No.
I've been seeing you for a while now. A lot of the conversation I've been seeing, I'm like, does Lady Infinity hate men?
That's an interesting thing to ask me because that's the exact opposite.
You love us?
Love men. I have all brothers. I have 5 brothers.
Yeah.
I'm an only girl. I got to support men. Did you not come to my last show?
I didn't.
You must not have.
No.
I had a whole spiel about how much, because everyone was all like, female empowerment. And I was like, okay, but let's not forget about the men. So I do publicly support men very much.
Yeah, that's something that we need, right? Because there has to be a balance in this thing. It can't be one way. It can't be a man-driven world or a woman-driven world. Like, we need each other.
Well, there's extremes, right? There's extremes on both sides with extreme feminism and extreme, misogyny, and it can be unfair both ways. So you got to find a balance.
It's 92.5 The Beat of Salt Lake Rawk Mic segment. Lady Infinity's up here. We're going to be playing her new single, Earthquake. Yes. Now, I had the chance to listen to this song. Now, on this song, you said, you mentioned going to another level, right? I'm on another level.
Right.
So at what point in this career did you realize that, hey, I need to take it up a notch?
Right. I think going from amateur to semi-professional is a hard thing to do, especially when as artists, we get very comfortable in functioning the way that we function. And I've had to get more organized. I've had to hire people who are more professional than I am so I can step it up. But I think it's just your overall sound. It's how you work within the community. It's how you network with people and how you move. But there's a lot of different aspects that kind of take you from going from this step to the next, and I'm still kind of going there. So I'm figuring it out as I go along.
But was there a moment where, like, did somebody tell you something? Was there something that you heard or felt that you were like, I need to take this serious? I have something cool. I need to take it serious. I need to level up. Yeah,
I think for me, it was seeing all of these opportunities. I had so many opportunities kind of in my perspective that sort of passed me by, that I felt like passed me by because and maybe I just wasn't ready for it at the time. But I mean, I wasn't ready, so I had to get ready. I had to and Thread always tells me this all the time, is you have to be prepared all the time. You have to always be ready. So I had to add things in like working out and changing my eating habits, being there for other artists and showing up to their shows and just being in the community more. I think I got so stuck in having an identity that I was an introvert, when in reality, I'm like, I'm not really an introvert. I just have some anxiety. You know what I mean? I have social anxiety sometimes. So I hide myself away a little bit, and sometimes I don't answer phone calls or texts when I should, So I think for me, it's getting past that dynamic of like my own brain, getting past the thoughts going on in my brain. And then just my overall performance, I think, has gotten better. And learning how to dance was really big for me. Working around dancers was a massive change. And then also, like the last interview that I had done with you on the 24-hour podcast, you were very like, it feels like you just kind of like use your sex, sort of use your, and I thought about that a lot. And I'm like, dude, I need to push like my pen more. I need to like show that I have talent. You know what I mean? I don't want to just rely on what I look like or what I'm perceived to be by other people. So I think, that's been really big for me this last year. And just being on top of every opportunity that I can get my hands on. It doesn't matter if it's big or small. I want to be in any room, everywhere that I can be in. Yeah. So that's been good for me.
I think you're doing a good job. I think that it takes you have to take a step back to grow, right?
Right.
And everything that you're saying sounds like you're moving in a direction of growth because it's young, right? You're young in this career still. I mean, you started what, 18, 19-ish, 2018, 19-ish?
Yeah.
So it's very, very much still fresh. I mean, you throw in the pandemic, right? A lot of things. Oh my
gosh. In the middle of everything, the pandemic happened. So
yeah.
It's been crazy.
But you're moving, you're growing. One thing that always stood out to me, kind of knowing you a little bit, knowing a little bit about your story, is the early days of Lady Infinity when you would get shunned out of, performances and get told that you can't have the mic. How has that changed in 2023?
It's been really different. I think people can just feel my energy and they can feel that I'm genuine, and I think that they can feel. And I think people genuinely like my music, and if they don't, that's okay too, because I mess with my music. I like what I'm doing. I like my sound. And I think just becoming more confident in what I'm doing, people just rock with me because I'm rocking with myself, so that's been the shift. So I've gotten more opportunities, more shows, more, I'm very excited about it.
I think you have to be open-minded to it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because one thing that was always told to me from you was that guys in the studio said they don't like it when you rap.
Yeah.
Have you shut out the rapping? Are you still trying to throw some rap in to your music?
I'll always throw it in because that's what I started doing first. And I always wrote poems, poetry and lyricism has always gone hand in hand for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do that like late night in my bed when I'm alone anyways. Like I'm going to do that whether people are looking or not. So I think for me, really like getting up on the mic in the studio and showing them that I can do it, I think eventually they've kind of started to be like, okay, well, it's not bad,
What's a late night bed rhyme session look like?
Oh my gosh.
Or sound like?
Well, I produce also, so I'll like work on a beat, and I'll listen to the same beat over and over and over and over and over again, and I'll get like 3 or 4 different kind of ideas. Sometimes it starts with a melody, sometimes it starts with a hook. It's just different every time. So.
It's 92.5 The Beat of Salt Lake, Drerawka, the Rawk The Mic segment, our chance to get to learn about our local community musicians like Lady Infinity. She's up here right now. We're going to be playing her song Earthquake coming up shortly. But what inspired that single Earthquake? Where'd this come from?
Earthquake really was me standing up for myself and kind of that same finding my confidence. And like I like the way I move, you know what I mean? I got the moves. I make it shake. I make it bounce like an earthquake, Like it was just like me kind of taking over my space and being more assertive of wherever I go into,
Now you said you walk stanky. What does that mean?
Just, having like an attitude, like a lean,
okay.
Like a dope.
Her feet
it's
stink?
an attitude. No, it's not.
You got stinky feet?
But walk real stank. They're cute.
Don't show them on camera.
Anytime. You can see them anytime.
People pay for those things, all right? So don't show them for free.
I love that.
Would you ever sell feet pics?
I don't think I would, no.
No. I would. If my feet were handsome, I would.
Okay.
My wife said I got good feet.
Okay.
Maybe she's down. Maybe I will.
Nice.
2020, we actually had an earthquake.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I was watching Netflix. Yeah.
At 7 a.m?
Yeah.
What were you watching? Oh, okay.
You gonna blank that out?
No, not at all. Make sure you go check out the YouTube channel if you haven't. You can see Lady Infinity's hand gestures. That's gonna be so great for radio, by the way. So you're watching a movie. The earthquake hits. Yep. What happens? What do you do?
I mean, can you imagine?
Well, you're originally from California.
I was tripping. I was like, it's the end. It's here.
But aren't you used to it? I mean, being from California?
I mean, not really.
No.
Not really. I mean, I probably only experienced an earthquake maybe one other time.
So this is serious.
Yeah.
So what do?
It was crazy. I just sat in the bed and was trying to make sense of what was going on. I thought maybe it was construction because my family's in construction. So I was like, okay, maybe someone's just, working on the building somewhere or something, but it kept going,
Yeah.
It was intense.
So you just stayed in bed the whole time?
I just chilled. I was too scared to move. I just didn't move. Yeah.
You did all these earthquake drills we do in elementary school. Lady Infinity freezes up. So I'm going to stay in bed and I'm going to do this.
It's exactly what I did.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I found my center and didn't move.
Oh, that was terrifying. And then me being a dad, I'm constantly looking at the news. I'm like, I know what an earthquake is, but I've never been through one like that. That was crazy.
Right.
So I'm watching news and they keep on updating us. Oh, the big one's coming. The 7.6 is coming.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness. I don't want to go back home.
Yeah. I was terrified that the fault line was going to crack.
Mm-hmm.
And because my family lives up there. So that was my concern as soon as I found out what it was.
It wasn't a truck.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a truck.
Now, I hear that you won a competition recently.
Yes.
What was this competition thing?
Yes. It was a competition called Take the Lake, and I won first place, which was...
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was crazy. I'd never won anything before in my life, so for me, it was really emotional. It was very cool.
So what was it? Who did you compete against? What did you compete for?
I think there was over 40 different artists. Everyone was just, local artists showcasing their talent. They were essentially supporting Utah Creative Chamber is where it was held. And they were just utilizing an opportunity to put somebody on and give them a promo package they were giving out prizes like performances and doing an interview with Shade 45, which I hope should come through soon.
Dope.
But yeah, it was good. I think that they were just putting together a promo package to really push an artist out of Salt Lake. And I was really excited to win that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you perform like multiple times or just one performance?
One time. And it was based on votes like from your fans and your supporting fan base.
Gotcha.
So we won in a landslide. It was kind of crazy. I didn't even realize that we had that many people that supported us. So when Zach from Display Entertainment told me how many votes we had, I was shocked for sure. It was scary for sure.
So what did you do for your supporters? Did you throw a special show? Did you do a giveaway?
I did a giveaway.
Oh,
I threw an event just recently at Lost Acorn Art Gallery because I'm a painter also. Mm-hmm. So I threw an event. I put on a bunch of people that I had also met at that Take the Lake and just sort of around. But the winning prize was that whoever bought a ticket and came through and supported that event would get in for free entry at that show, and I was giving away little art pieces.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and I had my merch on display, and like my website was like open on iPads for everyone to look at. So it was like my whole like launch brand party, I guess you could call it.
See you connecting the dots.
Yeah. And I built hundreds of clouds. We built so many clouds. Me and the girls were up to like 3 a.m. hanging clouds on the ceiling.
Oh, like physical clouds.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like storage space.
No.
Save
like,
it to the cloud.
Like, no, we built... No, we built clouds and we were hanging up. So the space was absolutely beautiful. I'm still cleaning up clouds today out of my apartment.
So you made this space right there in your apartment?
Yeah, at the art gallery.
Oh, at the art gallery.
Yeah, gotcha. And I displayed all my art pieces, which are very, very large. So I had some large ones and medium and some little baby ones that I gave away.
It's 92.5 The Beat of Salt Lake, Drerawka, the Rawk The Mic segment. I got Lady Infinity up here. She is a musical artist, but she's also a actual painting artist. I don't know. How do you say that? Artist.
Painter, yeah. I'm an artist.
Like when I think of somebody says I'm an artist, I don't instantly think musician. I think a painter.
Okay.
So when I say artist, I instantly think of like that type of art.
Yeah.
So how is the art space? How is the painting space?
You mean like community?
Yeah, how is it? Are you involved with it as much as you're involved with the music community?
I'm getting there. Like that launch party that I did was the first time that I ever really came out into the world and was like, I'm a painter, kind of officially. But since then I've been asked to be on a few different events, which I'm excited about. I couldn't get some stuff together in time for those because it was sort of end of summer, it was craziness. But I definitely look forward to getting more a part of that community for sure.
If you haven't seen her work, you got to check it out. She does huge paintings. I've seen, it had to have been it seemed like it was about 10 feet. It was huge.
It was big, yeah.
Huge pieces that you're doing. I guess my question for you is, do you do like commission type work or do you just do one piece art and you sell it?
Yeah, we're about to launch on my website that I'll be taking commissions soon. So I do take commissions, yeah, but I'm kind of picky because sometimes people will send me stuff that I'm like, I don't know if I'm, because I'm still picky as an artist too. I don't know if I want to paint a dog,
Yeah.
I like to still kind of do things in my realm, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'll take commissions, but it just kind of depends because I like it to be like, kind of a collaboration.
Have you ran into any artists that are snarky or like
painters?
Yeah.
Not really.
No?
No, not really. I think there's a lot of just like very quirky and different and very unique artists, Everyone's very different.
I instantly think of like French mustache with a beret.
Okay.
Very 90s. I shouldn't, but I do.
That's funny.
Are you still wearing snakes?
I love snakes. I love animals. I love animals of all kinds. Even like insects or if spiders get in my house, I save those too.
You don't squash them?
No,
like most
of course not. No, they're living beings, Just get them, usher them to safety if you don't like them. You're scared of them?
I'm terrified of a spider. I got bit by a spider, TMI, but I got bit by a spider, huge old bump on my arm, and it left the worst infection on my arm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was they called it a brown recluse.
Yep.
You want to hold it as a pet.
I don't want to hold it. I do catch them in cups and just kind of usher them out, but I don't like to keep them, I just don't like killing things.
Let me find out you're like the person that likes to put tarantulas and have them in their mouth and scare people.
I wish I was that cool. I don't think I'm that cool.
All right. I got Lady Infinity up here. It's 92.5 The Beat of Salt Lake, the Rawk The Mic segment. We're going to be playing her new single, Earthquake, so make sure you stick around for that. Now, being a woman in Utah, a creative, not only in the musical space, but also in this art space, do you feel like women in Utah creatively are represented?
I think in the last couple of years, yeah, it's definitely changed because like the first interview that I did with you before, it was nearly impossible for me to get onto events. And now it seems like they're happening, every other weekend for sure. I think that there's been a huge change nationally, even with it too. The world has shifted completely. I think that we've become more conscious of that. I think there's way more representation. Which has definitely been progressive, I think. So yeah, I feel like it's been a positive thing. I mean, look at me. Like I went from not being able to book one thing to booking a ton of stuff. So I hope that continues. But yeah.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think at one point you weren't able to get these things, and now in 3 years later, 4 years later, you are?
Right.
What do you think the shift was?
I think it was me that shifted. I think my energy shifted. I think I took responsibility more so for my energy and what I brought to spaces. And I think that makes a tremendous difference when you're walking out into the world and presenting yourself as someone that people want to collaborate with or, work with. So I think it was really me that shifted a lot. And also I've gotten better at having boundaries and saying what I will do or not do, and also being more open to just doing things more often, things that I was maybe scared of. So I think it was me. Yeah.
You talk about having boundaries. Have you had to put up like a defense when it comes to like collaborations and stuff like that? As far as people maybe overstepping in that type of thing? Because I know working with women in a creative space, it can get weird. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And it's very important to speak up and be like, hey, not cool with that, or, these kind of things.
Yeah, I think before, because obviously I run into it all the time. But I think actually saying something is better than not saying anything at all. I think in the past when I was younger, I was so scared to speak up and say anything that people kind of would, I don't know, underestimate me a little bit. And especially having like the family and the friends that I have around me, like tell me like, no, say how you feel, like say it with your chest. Like that's how you feel, then say it. So I've gotten better at, again, it came with the confidence and believing in myself. Mm-hmm. So I think those boundaries they were bound to happen. But yeah, weird stuff happens all the time. And you just have to learn like what you're willing to deal with and what you're not. Because it's going to happen. And in this game, I'm choosing to go into an industry where it's flooded with people like that. Mm-hmm. So you have to either learn to deal with it or you're just going to complain about it and then just become a victim. So I refuse to do that.
What advice would you give a young woman coming into this industry? And mind you, you mentioned it before, you're still learning, you're still growing.
Right.
But from what you have learned in the 4 or 5 years that you've been in this career, what advice would you give somebody?
Boundaries for sure. Having good people around you is really, really important, because there's a lot of energy sucking people in the world. I think boundaries, a lot of alone time and just like making sure that you're centered. Meditation is a really big thing for me, and like having that alone space. Because I think when you're less likely to be able to be manipulated, you just move differently. You know what I mean? And you can stand up for yourself and like hold those boundaries down. But definitely having good people around you, and contracts.
Why is a contract important?
Because people are going to do goofy stuff no matter what, even with a contract. So it's better to have it. So, relationships you can actually build relationships off of something. And it's better to go into business like doing real business, and looking at it as a business than just going into things as like friends and everybody's friends. It's like, okay, well, you probably should have signed a contract,
Yeah.
People get their feelings hurt, people get in their feelings and that's okay. But yeah, contracts have saved me in a lot of situations. So
Get a contract.
yeah.
It's 92.5 The Beat of Salt Lake, Drerawka. I got Lady Infinity up here. We're going to be playing her latest single, Earthquake. She's going to shake up the studio a little bit. Now, in 2023, is Lady Infinity dating? If so, how is dating in 2023?
I have gone on some dates. I'm not against dating. Obviously, I love men. It's not my first priority. Obviously, like music is my first priority. But if someone comes along, I'm not against it. But I'm also not out there Tindering and, you know what I mean? I'm not on like apps at all. I think they kind of freak me out a little bit.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah. I'm not very great at it. And I'm, I kind of am a little bit more introverted. I don't really leave my house very much. So.
And the reason why I asked the dating question is because Earthquake is very, very powerful. It's very much like, yo, I'm here. I'm in the room. You're going to notice me. Right? And so that's why I ask, like, are you dating? Because that's the kind of confidence that I feel when I listen to this song.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You feel the confidence coming through the song with my dating life? with like saying that like I'm powerful, I'm here. Right? And I think that's the same thing when you're dating, right? If you're dating, right,
you're gonna show that I'm confident. I'm here, right? I'm ready to either take on a relationship, not. So I don't know. I think that it just brought up, is she dating? Yeah,
it definitely. I think boys get a little bit intimidated by me sometimes. So dating can be a little bit hard. Because I think on the exterior, I seem a little different than I actually am. When you get to know me, I'm very soft. I'm very kind. But I think sometimes people don't really see that. Maybe I might come across as, or I look like a mean girl or something when really I'm not. So a lot of guys that I would be interested in maybe don't approach me when I would like them to. I'm surprised. But yeah. I'm surprised that people don't after a show, like after a performance. Yeah. I guess it's probably good they don't. Yeah. Like, don't approach me after I just performed. Right. Well, I like talking to people after shows, but I do struggle with having bad anxiety, like social anxiety after shows. So when someone's trying to talk to me, or like one of the shows that we did earlier this year was Utah Arts Fest. Mm-hmm. And I was literally physically shaking. I was so scared. And everybody wanted to talk to me, which was amazing. But I didn't really know what to say. I was having a hard time accepting all the compliments. And people were asking me for autographs. Like, I've done more autographs after shows this year than I have my whole career. So that's been very trippy. But yeah, I struggle with the social anxiety thing. So maybe a guy did try to ask me out, and I totally ignored him because I go with tunnel vision, But drop a comment if you were the guy that wanted to date Lady Infinity. Maybe ask her nicely. Maybe she'll, it won't be coffee. She don't do coffee. I don't do coffee. Yeah. Maybe some tea or something. Now, what are some challenges that you currently face? I know you talked about anxiety, but what are some challenges that Lady Infinity is currently trying to accomplish? I think just balancing everything. I think I'm getting better at that. like balancing my human needs. I forget that I'm a person sometimes, that I'm a human. Sometimes I come out of my body and I'm like, dude, I need to eat some food.
Yeah.
But I think just balancing like work and life and, you know, trying to have a relationship or at some point, you know, I do have anxiety about that. Yeah, and then shows and getting back in the studio, like I gotta keep making new music, you know, so it's a constant, and I'll keep getting better at it as I go. I'll become more graceful.
I'm interested to see how your music changes through your life, right? Yeah. Dealing with this anxiety, is Lady Infinity going to talk about that in her music? Is she going to talk about these kind of things that that you're currently experiencing?
I mean, probably. Yeah, I have written songs about it before, so they just haven't seen the light of day yet.
I got you. That artist always keeping something in the vault. All right. So what we talked about, what are some challenges, but what are you proud of yourself?
I'm proud of everything that we've accomplished this year. I'm proud of the woman that I'm becoming. I'm proud of the people that I have around me. I'm proud of what's coming, you know, and just continuing to like be authentically totally myself, you know, which has gotten more and more comfortable. I think I was scared of her before, and I'm not really scared of her anymore. So
Is it important for Lady Infinity to go out of Utah?
Yeah.
To travel?
Yes. That's what we're hoping for this next year.
Hit the road, huh? Mm-hmm. Are you guys gonna van it up?
My face is hurting because I'm like actually really excited about that. Yeah, I'm like, don't smile too big. Yeah, there's some cool stuff coming up next year.
Are you guys gonna end up like tripping in a van or something?
Yeah.
Are you gonna film it?
We will be. Yeah, we just gotta, you know, we're still kind of roping in like the right person to sort of come with us, you know, a camera guy.
I think even if you just did like cell phone footage.
Yeah.
You know, like vlog style, right?
Yep.
And show the journey of an artist, you know, going towards her career, like building her career.
Yeah. Totally. Well, and these phones nowadays are really nice.
It's a 4K camera you got there.
It's nice. Yeah. It's honestly, with a phone, you're good to go. You don't really need all the other things. I bought a drone though. I am a drone owner.
Are you at the park? Are you one of those people?
Dude, I love it so much. I can't stop. Like, I'm like geeking. I'm so excited about this drone.
Which one did you get?
I got the Drone Mini 3.
The Mavic?
The DJ Mini 3.
Oh, DJI?
Yeah, it's like white. It's so pretty. Yeah.
I had one.
It's cute.
So I know they say you could catch it and it can land in your hand. Be very careful because I almost chopped my finger off doing it.
Seriously.
Yeah. Literally, I was on my balcony, right? Thought I was cool. I'm on the 4th floor in my condo. I throw it off and it goes and I get great footage, right? Yeah. Get great footage. It's beautiful. I push the home button. It comes back home. And I go to catch it. And it sensed my hand like it was a wall or something, right? Uh-huh. And so it jerked itself and sliced my finger, leaking everywhere.
No.
I had to yell to my wife. I was like, yo, come grab this. Come grab this. My son's freaking out. I'm leaking everywhere because it was a clean cut, pure red.
Did you get a scar from it?
No scar, no.
Okay.
But be careful.
Okay, I will.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
So you do drone work. What other passions do you have?
I want to clarify, I'm not the one doing the drone work. Jasmine is becoming really good at it. Jasmine and Bex are like becoming we all have so many different skills now, and we're just throwing our skills in the bucket.
You're not flying it?
And we're getting better. Well, I've tried flying it, but Jasmine is really the one, like, when I'm the main focus on it, or I have to be the, subject, she's flying it. So she's more of an expert than I am.
Gotcha.
For sure.
That's fun. What other passions do you have other than art and music?
Well, I work in construction with my family. So sometimes I design backyards and stuff for my family to go and actually do the work of. So I'm designing like a really cool pool setup right now in a backyard. So that's kind of my like secret like love that I have is designing homes and designing. I'm a homemaker for sure. I'm like definitely, I have this like magical fantasy in my brain that I'm like a wife living in this like house that I can just design whenever I want.
See, she's talking about marriage and being a wife. I bring up being a boyfriend or having a boyfriend and she get mad at me.
No, but I love designing. I love homemaking.
So why don't we ever see that?
I don't know.
Why don't you ever show that part? I would love to see what you've done.
Yeah?
Yeah, one of my homegirls, Sierra, I went to high school with. She does home makeover type stuff.
Well,
And
not in the home, outside the home, like the actual art, like architecture design.
But I'm
excavation of it. But
I'm
yeah.
getting there.
Yeah.
So what she does is she shows me the before and after. I would love to see that from you.
Yeah.
Love to see like, okay, this was just an empty field. This is what we did with that empty field.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Especially as an old, washed up podcaster like myself. I love old, washed up podcaster type of content.
Okay.
Like home makeover, home edition, and
TLC.
yeah, renovate my bar and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Why don't you ever do some of those shows?
Yeah.
Have you ever applied for that?
I haven't. No,
That'd be
I
a
haven't thought
great
about it.
marketing tool.
Yeah.
Yo, watch me on this TV show. You win the competition. Oh, by the way, I have a new album coming out.
Okay.
Just saying.
And you know what? These days, you kind of have to be 3-4 different things to like kind of catch a gear. So if they don't like you for that, they'll like you for that. If they don't like you for that, they'll like you for that. And then they'll find all your other stuff.
You feed them.
Yeah.
You feed them content.
Yeah.
So talking about speaking of feeding them content, what is more to accomplish for Lady Infinity? What else do you want to accomplish?
Ooh. I think going on the road would be the next thing that I want to accomplish. I want to perform more out of the state. And I mean, even though I've gotten more connected in Salt Lake, I'd like to get, build my relationships a little more here. I think put more music out, try to connect with fans more, get better at plugging my stuff.
We'll get there.
I'd like to learn how to plug my stuff better, get a script. I don't know. Oh, I forgot. Somebody asked me to be in a movie recently.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. That's a whole other thing. So maybe do a little bit of that.
Have you acted? Like even just playing?
I went to film school when I was younger.
Why didn't you fall? What killed that?
Well, it was never really like a passion, but I like being on camera, I just learned this year that I like scripts because Jasmine started writing me scripts to follow and I'm like, oh, I'm actually kind of good at this. But yeah, I might explore that.
So what made them be like, hey, I want to put you in a movie? Was there a certain thing that you did or?
They liked my look. So
is this a horror film?
I can't say much about it.
Is this a horror film? Is the blonde gonna get killed in the first scene? Are you gonna be running away? Is it a slasher? Is it Scream 17?
I can't say. But it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
It's gonna be cool.
All right.
Yeah.
What I want to do now with you is I want to play a little game called This or That.
Okay.
You got to pick one.
Okay.
All right. There's no pick both or you can't do that to me. None of that. All right.
Got you.
It's like if you had two kids, I'm gonna ask you if you want this one or that one. You gotta choose one.
Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should you bleep that? That's not good to say.
No, you're gonna get canceled now. Congratulations. First one, I think I already know what this is gonna be. Car or truck?
Truck.
I told you to get a car though. Slow or fast?
Fast.
Miami or Vegas?
Miami.
Music or paint?
Music.
Solo in the studio or as a group?
Oh, solo.
Need to lock in, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have candles in the studio or what? Like what? How do you like your ambiance in the studio?
I have a ton of candles at my house. Yeah, I have a studio in my house, and then obviously the main studio that we all work in. But yes, I have a ton of candles all over my studio and my space. I have to have like an energy, and like colors are very important to me. So I have like lights everywhere, and it's cool.
Are you a rock consumer?
A rock consumer?
You know, like the people that carry the rocks around, and it's like, oh, this one's for.
No.
Oh, okay. That's so quick.
No.
All right, pizza or tacos?
Oh, tacos.
Nightclub or neighborhood bar?
Neighborhood bar.
Really?
Over a nightclub, yeah. I'm really not a nightclub girl.
Okay. You like to perform in them though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then I leave right after. I get in one drink and then I leave.
That's one thing I notice about you is that you play the part. And what I mean by that is when I see your videos that you post and stuff, you're performing in an actual attire. Like you're performing in an actual garment of a performer.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just going up there with Champion Sports shorts and...
Nope.
like
No. And I put Lady Infinity on.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Maddie's Maddie and Lady Infinity is they're different people. So I have to put my armor on, my armor of light.
Very glam.
Yes.
Are you involved with your costumes and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And my dancers' outfits, we match every show.
Do you guys sew and stuff, or do you guys get them already fitted and everything?
No. Some stuff is custom, but some things I just order and then I'll change. Some things I just order and I wear straight. But some things are custom. There's a few things that I've gotten that are custom, and I'm definitely going to continue going down that road for sure.
I'm a wrestling nerd, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh, that'd be a cool wrestling outfit.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Utah or California?
Utah.
That's right. Skydiving or deep sea diving?
Skydiving.
Have you ever been?
Yes, twice.
How was it?
Amazing. And I don't like the ocean. I'm so scared. So scared.
I would love to see what is down there.
What?
I would love to. They say that we haven't explored the ocean as much as we have space.
Yeah.
But we're here. It's right there.
Yeah.
People
but it's also not right there because it's way down there.
Exactly.
But
we can't touch the atmosphere. It's not like we can just go. We could go and touch the beach.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. You can't float to it. Right.
Like a blue whale terrifies me. In school, when they're like, "Oh, a blue whale is 2 sides of 2 buses," I'm like, "Holy crap, that's real? That's in the ocean?"
Yeah.
Scares me.
Yeah.
Well, Lady Infinity, I would like to hear what you got going on, any shows, your social media, and tell us.
Okay. My next show is at Soundwell, and I'm opening for Johnny Two Phones. He's an amazing artist that we're excited about. That is November 2nd, 2023. And then we kind of took a little mini break because we've had a lot of shows over the summer. So, besides that, we're just, I got merch up, and I might start taking commissions here soon on my website through art, and just kind of getting ready for the fall season, getting ready to get stuff for going out of town for this next year coming up. And I'll be back in the studio making more stuff.
Are we going to hear any type of holiday? Are you going to do a holiday album?
I don't know if I'm that. That's not really my brand. That's not really my brand. But
no.
That's amazing, though. If other people want to do that, I'm not really a Christmas girl. But Mariah Carey is pulling in the bags, though, from that.
Oh, yeah.
For life. So maybe I should.
Well, I hope you pull in the bags from this latest single, Earthquake. And I want you to introduce it.
How do I introduce it?
Well, you tell the people.
Okay, people. My name is Lady Infinity, and this is Earthquake.